Hi, my name is Diane Grubbe, and I'm a flute instructor here at the Community Music Center. That was the opening line of a piece called Syrinx by a French composer named Claude Debussy. Now, if you come and take flute lessons with me at CMC, you might find yourself working on that piece. As an instructor, I like to go beyond just teaching the notes and the rhythms. I like to make sure my students understand when the piece was written, the context it was written in, who the composer was, and why the piece was written. Really learn about the pieces, how it fits into music history. Gives it a lot more depth. Now, I've been teaching here at CMC for over 10 years. My students range from middle school to adults of all ages. Two of my main teachers were two gentlemen who held the position of principal flute of the San Francisco Symphony. They were Paul Renzi and Tim Day, terrific teachers. And one thing they both taught me, and many of my other teachers did also, was that one of their jobs was to teach me to be my own best teacher. And I do try to share that with my students. And by that I mean, I want them to have ownership of learning the instrument. I'm going to give them a lot of tools in order to become better players, to learn difficult pieces on the flute, but I want them to be actively paying attention to what works best for them in their process of learning, and even come up with some of their own ideas of ways to approach technical passages. So that's an important part of my method for teaching students. Another thing I like to tell my students is when they are studying the flute, they are now members of the flute community. I do encourage them to get to know other flutists, be aware of everybody from the big international soloists to other professionals in the Bay Area, people who are playing in orchestras and doing solo work in other genres too, wherever they may be. One fun thing that I did recently, about a month ago, I was able to take my students to a recital at the Conservatory of Music. And this was the first big recital by the new principal flutist of the San Francisco Symphony, and his name is Yoo-Bin Kim. And it was a really great experience. It was free, what an opportunity. And it was very powerful to be in the room with someone playing at that level, really at the highest level. It was just beautiful. And I think that's important to have those opportunities when you're learning an instrument. So I encourage you to pick up an instrument and join us here at the Community Music Center. You can be part of this community, which is a wonderful community, really supportive, wonderful people, and just a great place to learn music. So please join us here if you want to on the flute or some other instrument at the Community Music Center, and I hope to see you here.